by popular demand, I've been getting the question a lot about how I'm able to think the way I am and how I'm able to have this mindset that I've curated for myself. And I like to say I appreciate the people who are noticing. I appreciate the people who are tuning in to this new frequency that I have or that I'm in. And I want to know that, well, I want you and them to know that I don't gatekeep when it comes to elevating your mindset. So that's why I created this video of how to shift your mindset in 3 easy steps. I do want to highlight that with these 3 steps, the 2 important key ingredients that you need to have to make sure you stick to it is discipline and consistency. So don't be afraid to take notes. It's good to take notes on videos that are helping you self-improve. So starting with step 1, you need to take in and register into your brain that no one is coming to save you. You can't throw out the bat signal. You can't play victim. If you're waiting for someone to save you, you'll be waiting until you're no longer on earth. And there's not going to be a person out there that's like, hey, come to me. I will save you from your life of bad choices. No, that is all you. You versus you. I know it's easier to place the blame on the world and people, but you're going to have to take in that maybe it's you. Maybe you're the problem. Alright, maybe you're the problem. And that was one of the hardest steps I had to take in because of my previous conditioning that I had. And I know a lot of people probably relate to that as well. You should keep in mind that on this path, there would be a lot of unlearning and relearning. The journey never ends. Now I'm just going to stop for a moment, and I want to know, with everything I said in step 1, did you get a light bulb moment? You should be able to check yourself and start planning out the changes you need to take in your life. Whether that's seeking therapy, whether that's letting go of bad habits, resolving your traumas, or making any other changes that you know is overdue. You should already be initiating that. Anyways, let's get to step 2. So if you thought step 1 was hard, wait till you hear step 2. Step 2 requires you to take ownership of your life and accountability for your actions. Now, how many people love doing that? I'm sure you've heard the stories. I'm sure you are an example of lacking both those qualities. But it's very important that you take ownership of your life, how everything is, and if you don't like it, change it. And then take accountability for your actions. You can't blame someone else for the reason why you responded in a negative way. You have to have some self-awareness, self-emotional control, and you have to just take the responsibility. You know, I can say from my experience, accepting accountability never felt so good. Like, it's like, yeah, I did it. I stand on it. What's good? What's good? What's really good? Like, the more you take accountability for your actions, the more you're able to get over the hurdles that come along your way. And the time, or should I say the day you start taking ownership for your life, the more you can see the possibilities of what you can become, what you can achieve, and that, the only person stopping you was you. I'd like to include that you also only have one life and you also live only once. So let that marinate. Now, if you're stuck on what accountability looks like, I have a few examples on the screen. I knew the speed limit before speeding and accepted a speeding ticket. I know I'm running late, so speeding to work will not make a difference. Late is still late. I am aware my poor diet is a reflection of why I'm having health issues. I know I'm not having a good day, which reflects in my attitude, but it does not give me the right to treat everyone terribly. So far I've discussed that step 1, no one is coming to save you. Step 2, take ownership of your life and accountability for all of your actions. So you're probably wondering what the 3rd step is. And I want to tell you, with the most utmost confidence that number three, step three, is repeating step one and step two. And you know what that equals, my friend? Consistency. All right? Once you apply those two principles to your life, repeating it is how you stay on track. Repeating it is how you get that growth. Repeating is when you start seeing things for what it really is. You start seeing how much more control of your life you have because you're not letting outside forces and other people dictate how you move. You're not allowing other people's emotions to affect yours to now you're acting just like them. You can't defeat a negative energy with negative energy. I don't think scientifically that's possible. I think you're gonna have to sometimes choose the high road because whatever you focus your energy on, and you know I've been saying this in a lot of my videos, is what will grow in your life. So I would rather focus on positivity and allow that to grow in my life. I would rather focus on wealth and allow that to grow in my life. I'd rather focus on love and allow that to grow in my life. And then also, when you do these steps, you're gonna start to feel an improvement on your self-confidence, your self-worth, and your way of thinking. Like, this should automatically increase your intelligence in some fashion. Don't quote me on it, but you're gonna want to learn more. You're gonna want to be more knowledgeable in areas that you were lacking in before. And I'm telling you, that's how it all came for me. You know, sometimes we get that wake-up call or we get that reality check and it's like, yo, let me go ahead and cash this in because the way I was living before, the way I was thinking before, it's not working anymore. I'm hitting a roadblock. I feel stagnant. I feel stuck. Something has to give. Something has to change. And I hope you have come to that realization while listening to this video. It is so important. It is so important to put yourself first. It is so important to continue on self-improvement and self-growth, to be the best you for you. You are your own worst enemy. We are all our own worst enemy if we feed into that. Your ego, you're gonna have to tone that. I was gonna say some foul words. You're gonna have to tone it down. You gotta let your ego know you're in charge. Throw him in the back seat. It's needed at certain times, but it's not needed all the time. And I know we like to think things logical, but being logical cannot be applied to every situation. Being analytical cannot be applied to every situation. You're gonna have to take a step back, look at it from an empathetic way, and realize, yo, you know what? I could have done better there. I could have changed that. I could have responded like that. You know what? I need to be more self-aware and mindful. Oh my gosh, mindfulness. I'm working on practicing that. I'm gonna tell you right now, it requires a lot of focusing. And we're in a day of age where there's so many distractions. Many ways. It requires, sorry guys, it requires a lot of work. It really does. It requires a lot of work. I forgot where I was going with this, but it requires a lot of work to do any of this. I've been on this journey for a year now. Oh my gosh, we just made a year. I've been on it for a year now. So if there was any chances of me slipping or times that I slipped, best believe I did, and I got right back up, because I don't hold myself to my shortcomings, because I know I'm not perfect, and I know there has to be equilibrium, balance. There's highs and lows in life. That's just what it is. There's always an opposite force to whatever is forcing. So just like you have negative, you have positive. That's what we call duality. And what goes up must come down. Unfortunately, shout out to gravity. But anyways, I really hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions or video suggestions, please don't hesitate to put in the comments. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my video. Plenty more to come. Peace out and check out the next video I drop.